Pokemon Legends ZA is the first game to introduce new Mega Evolutions in over a decade. And I'm happy for all of you Mega Evolution fans, but I'm still over here thinking about Paradox Pokemon. How cool is it that Game Freak can now turn our favorite creatures into either dinosaurs or robots? And because Mega Evolution is returning, I'm taking this as a sign that we will receive new Paradox Pokemon in the future. What's going on, everyone? It's Dusty Go-Goat. Welcome back to my headcanon. Now, if the Generation 10 Pokemon game that releases during the 30th year anniversary of the franchise, if they wanted to, this game could focus on what has come before, celebrating and maybe building on previous Pokemon archetypes that have been introduced over the last 10 years. More Mega Evolutions, Convergent Pokemon, Ultra Beasts, and the focus of today's video, Paradox Pokemon. So check this out. I want to show you some Paradox Pokemon designs that should be introduced in a future Pokemon game. Cudel Star, this is a Paradox Orbeetle. I think the translation here from Orbeetle to this Paradox Pokemon is actually genius. It's drawn in a way, the design makes it look like it has this giant skull to, depict or to kind of emphasize its intelligence, its psychic type. And what we got here is that hunched over body is reinterpreted in this Paradox design as the hunch of a dinosaur. It's got the tail and spikes of a Stegosaurus, but it is upright with the tiny little arms of like a T-Rex, a raptor, one of those like more carnivorous dinosaurs. I also think the idea, Orbeetle has all these little, it's a ladybug, right? It's got all these little circles all over its back. Genius to just say, oh, that's where the spikes go. That's where the spikes go. Now you get the spiky looking dinosaur. So cool, and they got this glow to it. It's just menacing, man. I love it. And the star on the back of its tail, I feel like that ties into the space origins of the original Orbeetle design. It's goofy, it's cool, it's everything a Pokemon should be. Cudel Star, it's a psychic and fire type. Let's jump to the Alakazam. Okay, now we got the future Paradox Alakazam. This is really cool. Iron Technopath, Psychic Electric. Another great thing about Paradox Pokemon are that they introduce these really cool type combinations because they don't need to necessarily make sense because they're a little alien. So Iron Technopath is it is a paradox of Mega Alakazam, just like we have Mega Salamence being represented in with a Paradox Pokemon. This is similar to that. So you've got the Mega Alakazam silhouette in body proportion. This thing is sitting down, or kind of levitating. What they do that's really cool here is they turn the beard, right? The beard of Alakazam, which a lot of people don't like. As a robot, this beard, these strands of hair, are now wired cables, right? Fiber optics, perhaps, right? I love to see the glow. The glowing energy within the sleeve of Alakazam. You can see it on all these different ports. It looks like this thing could just use the tentacles or use these fiber optics to just kind of attach itself to any sort of supercomputer, like an AI overlord. The artist does a really good job depicting motion on these little things. Moving on, this is a Paradox Froslass. I don't know why. I've never liked Froslass that much. I don't think I've ever liked Glalie that much either. But this Paradox Pokemon is a great combination of both of those designs. The Snorunt line evolves either into Glalie or Froslass. Both ice type. Froslass has that ghost typing. This Pokemon, because it's a fusion of both of them, it is an ice and a fire type, which is really cool. It's got a blue and it's got a red horn. It actually reminds me of the beta versions of Sock and Throw, the fighting types. They're like fighting type Onis. That was like their original design inspiration before they were kind of turned more into these humanoid creatures. This thing has sharp claws. It's way more physical. I think its head looks like a shrunken Glalie skull. However, this Pokemon also has a third eye, which is so menacing. It's got this mean demeanor. Let's go to Iron Booster right now. Jeez, what a menace. The person who made these Pokemon, their name is Golurk. Go check them out. But you got so Iron Booster, Ghost Flying type. That flying type right there is kind of a fulfillment of what of this like hidden power that Golurk has always had. Golurk is ghost ground type, but it can fly. It can like use, you know, in game, it can use the fly HM. You know, it has that ability. Its legs come up inside of its body, and it just kind of like turns its arms and legs into like a rocket booster, and it can fly all over the place, which is really cool. So it's kind of cool to see this Pokemon get the flying type in this regard. The arms of this Pokemon look like rockets. You can see it so clearly. It's beautiful. And I also really like how its chest, right, depicting maybe it's like lungs or it's like windpipe, and even its eyes are this LED type panel. And the idea is that this Pokemon will be able to emote a lot better, kind of like a, you know, like a digital creature or whatever, right? It can smile with its eyes. It can look angry. It can look happy. And on its chest, where the voice would come from, ideally, would be, you can see this waveform that the artist gave this Pokemon. And I love that a lot, because I'm imagining, I feel like it ties Golurk a little bit closer to the idea of like the friendly giant. That's always what this Pokemon kind of felt like to me. I don't know if I like it more than Golurk, but I think it's a pretty good interpretation of the future version, the future Paradox of this design. We also have Iron Tynamo. If you're still watching and you want to support, you can hit the subscribe button. And if you have the means to go a step further, there are links in the description to join me on Patreon or right here on YouTube. $5 a month gets you access to so much. You're supporting the channel. You'll unlock like 100 hours of theories, speculation, and Fakemon content. Your support directly supports this channel and helps fund the creation of original Fakemon designs. Links in the description. This Paradox Sunkern is grass and electric type. This thing has a complete overhaul with its stats, right? This thing is a speedy elemental monster. 100 speed, 100 attack, 130 special attack, right? Launching off solar beams. But I love this so much. The Sunkern cracks open. I can imagine in game it kind of would pop open and close a little bit like that. And you got the solar power on the inside of its body, this like turbine. That actually might be what it is. Instead of Sunkern spinning around, falling from trees, or falling from the tallest, or blowing in the wind or something like that, right? Instead, this thing on Sunkern's head might actually be a solar panel, and that might make a little bit more sense considering it evolves. Standard contemporary Sunkern evolves with the Sunstone into Sunflora. So really cool here, and I think the electric type kind of tells me that as well. If it's solar energy, it's grass type, it's electric type, it's photosynthesis, it's actual electricity, and it's got like a radiator or like an engine in the middle of its body, right? Meaty claws, big meme. It kind of is just a fusion of Golisopod and Wimpod. It's the claws of Golisopod on the body or the head of Wimpod. This beautiful red color is added here. This Pokemon is bug and normal type. I don't think we have a normal type Paradox Pokemon, so that is kind of interesting. That would be interesting to add to the roster. It's by far the ugliest Paradox Pokemon, I gotta say. Its stat spread is 165 attack. I feel like that has to rival Mega Rayquaza. I have no idea. That's incredible. 130 defense, 75 special attack, 100 special defense. It's slow as heck, and it's got no bulk, 50 speed, 50 HP. This Pokemon is ugly. I really like its. I think what this artist does that I really enjoy is they kind of understand the design language of Pokemon eyes. I feel like a lot of Pokemon eyes are very unique and not talked about enough, and I think the eyes is what makes every Pokemon look really unique. Go into the description right now and click the Patreon link to become a channel supporter. Subscribe if you're new. I love you guys so much. Arceus bless.